What's up, guys? It's Chris back with another watch video, and today we are talking about my top 5 watches under $500. So I'm going to start right off the bat with the Bulova Lunar Pilot. Now, this watch is a quartz watch. However, it is a really cool watch, I think. It looks great. It's kind of large. It's 45 millimeters. However, it does have a lot of heritage. This watch was an actual watch that was worn to the moon. It is the other moon watch. Obviously, Omega is the moon watch. However, this was worn on the moon, and it was worn on the moon basically by accident when a astronaut's Omega, the hexalite, actually popped out of the front, and they had a backup watch with them, which they weren't allowed to actually bring with them, and it was the Bulova Lunar Pilot, which was an actually mechanical version, and it was about 38 millimeters or 40 millimeters in diameter. So Bulova took that design, bolted up a little bit, and made this watch. It is a very good looking watch. It is a large watch, but it is a very cool watch, and it has a lot of really great history to it. And the story is great. I made a video, and I'll put a link to that video about the history and how that happened and how it actually ended up on the moon. So, next watch, one of my favorite dive watches, affordable dive watches that you can buy, is the Tissot C-Star 1000. This is the Tissot C-Star with the Powermatic 80. This deep blue black dial. It's amazing. It's an amazing watch. Amazing value for the money. You get a lot of watch for the money here. Ceramic bezel. There are some people that say that this bezel makes it look cheap. I kind of agree with them. The bezel was a pretty poor choice by Tissot. It's too reflective. If they put something that was a matte finish, maybe had a different color reflection on the actual lettering on the bezel, it would look even better. But all in all, it's still a great value. You're getting an amazing dial with applied indices. The lume isn't as great as a Seiko, but there's lume. And it works. It looks good. You have that Powermatic 80, which you could see through the case back, which is clear, and it's slightly decorated. So you're getting a 300-meter dive watch that looks good, feels good, and is Swiss made, which is really a really good price. Next, I would say, is the Zelos Swordfish in bronze specifically. I really like the Zelos Swordfish. I had some problems with the stainless steel version, but the bronze, I believe, is an excellent value. It's an insane value with the NH35 movement. You're getting. I bought the sand version. The dial is amazing. You have that grain on the dial, which looks fantastic. You have a ceramic bezel. It looks way better than the Tissot's. It's an amazing bezel, looks really good, feels really good, and its action is excellent. And the proportions are great. It's a 300-meter dive watch. It's a little bit thick, I would say, but all in all, a fantastic watch for the money. And it comes with 2 straps. Really, this watch comes in at around $350. If you get it on the special when they're initially released, you can get them for $50 cheaper. Really just an incredible value, something that you can't beat. Then you have a Seiko. And I'm going to put the SBDC033 on this list because I think it's an extremely good value. That blue dial, the blue bezel, proportions are good. It's 45 millimeters, a little bit large, but I think it's a really well-fitting watch in general. The bracelet's excellent. The only gripes that I have about this watch is the step bezel. I don't really love that, and the bracelet, the clasp in particular, the press clasp. I don't think that's so great. You know, you have a Hardlex on here. Hardlex is not bad, especially at this price point. It's around $450 you can get this for on eBay or on Amazon.com. Hardlex, you know, it does scratch. However, it's easy to polish. You could have a professional polish it for you or just replace it. These watches are really easy to work on. But again, if you have a professional do it, it'll cost you like $50 to have it replaced. So it's really not that bad. All in all, a really great diver's watch. 200 meters diving capability. This really holds its own against more expensive Seikos like the SBDC 061. I own both. I love both. And this is a special watch because, you know, you're getting a lot of value from a Seiko, which is saying a lot because Seiko already offers a lot of value. 6R15, you know, you can't go wrong. It's a really, really great watch. So that was number 4. Number 5, I would say, is the Hamilton Khaki. Although this watch isn't really for me, I wasn't able to actually get the strap on my wrist, so I had to purchase a different strap. The watch is a really, really cool watch. The newer ones have a similar movement to the Powermatic 80, except it's a hand wound, so you get that 80-hour power reserve. Again, Tissot and Hamilton all in the same swatch group, so they share a lot of the same movements. That Powermatic 80 obviously really does add a lot of value to any watch that they put it in, because 80 hours of power reserve is incredible. This is a really great watch with a lot of history. It's a vintage watch, a vintage looking watch, and it has actual history behind it. It's military inspired, obviously. The NATO is really nicely made. The watch is very nicely made. The dial is a little bit busy for my tastes. I've mentioned that before. And it does come with sapphire crystal. And it's for the price, it's around $450 as well. $490. You're getting I got this on sale at $399, and that was on Amazon.com as well. You're getting a watch with history and very good looks. It's a lot of style and actual heritage here. That's on par with watches that are obviously more expensive than this $399 price point. Anyway, all 5 of these watches, extreme values, and I highly recommend any of them to you. They are fantastic watches. I love them, and I think that they are great side by side in any collection, so you can own all of these watches like I do, and anyone for any purpose that you have. I even, like I said, the Bulova Lunar Pilot, it's quartz. Probably the only quartz watch that I own besides the Timex Q-Time, but I think it stands on its own legs with all these watches. Besides that, these are all really cool mechanical watches for under $500. Anyway, if you can think of a watch that I left off of this list, please let me know. Hit me up with a comment below. It's much appreciated. And please don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not. Again, I very much appreciate it, and it's super helpful. Thank you for logging on.